Sac passe everyone, welcome to my channel, even SterVens. Olivia, or Olivier, I think her name is Olivia. She brought herself to the web table. Why? I have my 2 cents. Get yourself together and let me spill this tea on you.
Be real careful, you know what I'm saying? Be real careful. Like, this is a new day.
Everybody is talking about the interview Olivia Jade at the web table. I did get a chance to watch the episode. I have a love and hate relationship with the web table talk. I watch it off and on, and every time I watch the web table, I always find myself fascinated with the way Jada, Gammy, and Willow actually talk about certain topic. And I think that's one thing I fairly enjoy what the web table is doing. In the beginning of the interview, Gammy she wasn't there for it at all. She did not understand why Olivia reached out to the web table, 3 black women, and to express her story, to tell her story. I fairly understand where Gammy was coming from. There is so many other platforms Olivia could use. And I feel like she came to the web table because she felt like Gammy was saying, she felt like it was going to be a safe place for her, and the lady at the web table, they could not bash her, and if they were bashing her, they would look bad. And I did understand where Gammy's frustration was coming from, because it's like, why us? One thing she stated in the beginning of the interview is the fact is, why are we there for people that's not going to be there for us? It's very important. I recognize that when she was talking about it, because at the end of the day is, I feel like in this world, people expect you to be there for them, but when you need them to be there for you, they know where to be found. That was Gammy's frustration. She did not understand why Olivia picked the web table talk to tell her story, and I was all there for her. However, at the end of the interview, Olivia, she kind of got me. I did understand why Jada opened the web table talk to Olivia, because she did understand how Lori Loughlin made that mistake for the sake of wanting to give your kid a better life. In the beginning of the web table talk, when the web table talk started, Willow kind of hinted out she was unhappy being a singer, and that's one of the reasons she walked away from being a singer. The only reason she was singing is because her dad was forcing her to do it, Will Smith, because Will Smith wanted to create that brand. The son was acting, Jaden was acting, Willow was singing, and it was a family business. Will Smith did not recognize Willow wanted nothing to do with the music industry. Will Smith was pushing Willow to do it. Jada fairly understand why Lori Loughlin was doing all those awful things to get her daughter a better education. Maybe I'm a sucker, but to be honest with y'all guys, I did understand why at the end of the web table talk, Gammy kind of warmed up to Olivia and kind of understand, yes, she made a horrible mistake. Yes, the family made a horrible mistake. So we had to be able to redeem ourselves and learn from that mistake and make better choice for yourself. And I feel like that's one of the reasons Gammy, she was like, I don't understand why they want to come out the web table talk. I don't want to do this. Like, no, why are y'all forcing me to do this? Before the interview ended, she like, oh my God, like, yes, what y'all did was awful. Yes, at the end of the day is you're going to be just fine. You understanding why people was dragging you, you understanding why what you did is wrong. Now, I get to see your compassion. I get to see you working on yourself to become a better person. That I could fuck with. I watched the interview like twice just so I could understand everything that was going on. And I also take some note in my phone just so I could talk about certain things that kind of keep on popping up throughout the interview. The first thing that kind of grabbed my attention is the fact is I feel like Olivia, yes, whatever her name is, she took a page from Jordan Wood, period. When the Kardashians were dragging Jordan Wood, and when the internet, everybody was against Jordan Wood, and when she came at the web table talk, and we could see her side, we could see her humanity, it allowed us to kind of say, oh my God, every story had 2 sides. Now we hear her side. That was the first thing that popped out, is the fact is Olivia took a page from Jordan Wood's book. Another thing that keep on popping up, Olivia keeps saying she was ashamed and she also was embarrassed. When the news came out, she did not understand why everybody was upset. Because of that, she was ashamed and embarrassed. She did not know what she did was wrong, what her family did was wrong. She was ashamed and embarrassment. And I think that was something that keep on popping up over and over and over throughout the interview, and I also wanted to point it out. And a lot of people, I feel like when you don't recognize your own privilege, that's you living in your own bubble. Yes, I understand why Gammy was kind of upset in the beginning of the video. It's like, everything is out there. Everything is on your face. Like, how could you not understanding what you were doing was wrong? And I think that's the thing, is I feel like when people are comfortable in the bubble, they refuse to step out of the bubble because they feel like if I step out of the bubble, I'm going to lose. If I recognize my privilege and I speak up for other people, then my privilege is no longer exist. When I look at the world, and I think that's the big mistake a lot of people make, is the fact is a lot of people don't step back and recognize their privilege because they are so comfortable living in their own bubble. I kind of look at Olivia and I understand where she was coming from because she was living in a bubble. She's a wealthy person and the people in her circle are so wealthy, they don't understand anything outside their circle, outside that bubble. Everything is normalized to their eyes. And I think that's something I took away as I was watching that Wet Table Talk interview. The thing is that makes some of us have a little bit, just a little bit compassion toward Olivia. She understands now why people was coming after her. And she understands now why she had to make better choices. And the thing is, I feel like actions speak louder than words. Point blank and period. She could say all the things she is saying right now. And I am going to keep my eyes on her 5 years from now to see if she's still the same person she is. Yes, I understand as human beings, we do go to be better people. We do go to have a better understanding. But I feel like sometimes people refuse to acknowledge their wrong and they keep doing the same fuckery over and over and over again. And I understand she says she understands it now. That's one of the reasons I want to keep my eyes on her to see if her action match her word. And I think that's very important to recognize. People, it's all about talking. And I feel like sometimes we keep our ears open, we close our eye. When people are talking, we just take their word for what it is. I don't do that. I want to see action. And now, moving forward, I want to see Olivia action. And when I see Olivia action, then I know she actually learned something. She actually took something out of that situation. And now she bettered herself and she could better her community and also people outside her bubble. The fact she was saying now she know better. She don't wanna throw money at the problem. She wanna give herself to the problem, which I fairly understand that a lot because I feel like a lot of celebrity, when it comes to certain issue, and they feel like if they make a donation to this charity, to that charity, it's all okay for them to be fucked up people. When you give yourself to a situation, you allow yourself to be in the environment, to learn, to be compassionate toward people, and I think that's the best way to grow as an individual. And when she said that in the interview, is the fact is now I know better. I don't want to throw money at the problem anymore. I want to give myself, I want to learn. And she did give an example, which I'm like, okay, I don't really care about the example she was giving, but she did give an example of her learning to be a better person, of her learning to do better for her community, which I fairly understand and I fairly appreciate where she was coming from. And I think she learned from the situation. Again, like I keep saying, I want to see action. The word is not enough. I want to see action. Point blank and period. The most important part about the wearable interview with Olivia is the fact is she wasn't there to make excuse for her parent. She was there to explain, yeah guy, my parent made a fucked up mistake. And the only reason they made that mistake is because they wanted to give the best to us. The fact is my dad did not get to go to college. Now he wants us to go to college. And he would do anything to make sure we get the education he did not have. And I think that was one thing I did appreciate about Olivia, is the fact is when she came at the Wet Table Talk, she wasn't there to make excuse. She wasn't there to tell people like, look at me, like me, like me, like me. And yeah, low-key she did it. Low-key that was the purpose, she was there, but that was not the main focus of the conversation. Now she acknowledged people been dragging her online, and now she wants to give the world an opportunity to see the human within her. That I did appreciate, the fact she wasn't making an excuse, because I felt a lot of people, whenever they are doing an interview, they are out there to make excuse. They are out there and they're not apologizing for anything. They just talk about, they talk about the topic, they walk around the topic, they jump around the topic, but at the end of the day is you don't see them taking anything away from that situation. And I think that's the thing I did enjoy about the interview, is the fact is when you watch the whole interview, from beginning, you could see Gammy was like, fuck this. Why are we allowing this privileged person to come to the Wet Table Talk trying to win all compassion when she going to be just fine no matter what? But you could see at the end of the interview, Gammy like, okay, I understand what y'all did was fucked up. I understand now y'all want redemption for your fuckery. But the fact is when she came at the Wet Table Talk, she was not making any excuse at all. And guys, I enjoyed the interview. I appreciate the fact is Jada, Willow, and Gammy allow Olivia to come to the Wet Table Talk and kind of plead her case, point blank and period. And I think that's what she did, and I enjoyed the fucking interview. Beside the point, side note guys, I had to talk about Jada. She looked beautiful with the platinum blonde hair, with that coat. She grabbed my attention, and honestly guys, I was looking at Jada the whole time because I'm like, she was so fucking beautiful. That's just my personal two cents I want to add. Before I end this video, let me double check if I haven't forgot anything. Yeah, I talked about her hair. Okay, one thing I did enjoy, at the end of the Wet Table Talk, they say keep on keeping on. I did enjoy that memento. And also they stated when you know better, you do better, point blank and period. And lastly, ownership. And I think it's very important as people, when we fucked up, we had to take ownership for our fuck shit, point blank and period. And I think a lot of people, they refuse to take ownership. As we move forward in life, when people refuse to take ownership of the fucked up shit, they keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And you get my point. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the little bell so you can get a video update whenever I post a brand new video. Like this video, share this video, and also leave your 2 cents below. Before I end this video, I have a question to ask you, so you can participate. What is your 2 cents on the whole situation when it comes to Lori Loughlin, her husband, and also her daughter Olivia? Leave your 2 cents below. Get out of here, get the F out of here, and I'm out.